You're welcome back. This is Newsfile. It's your most authoritative news analysis show with me, Samson Lardy Ayenini, and is brought to you by Bank of Africa. Strong as a group and close as a partner. MTN, welcome to the new world. Star Assurance, they've been creating smiles since 1985, and they are calling on you to join them, celebrate 30 years of solid partnership. So this morning, what's my take? And let's see in a minute or two. Here's my take. Today, my take is feedback to leaders in Parliament and the court, particularly the Supreme Court. Now, hear me out. Mr. Speaker, crack the whip and stop, being nice and only complaining about the fact that the MPs are misbehaving in the House. The complaints you said you received personally are from people outside of Parliament. So, you are aware that the norm, rather than the exception of indecorous behavior and plain insults in the name of freedom of debate and immunity, which is displayed to Ghanaians, is not only in the House, but to Ghanaians and the whole world. So, it's not limited to the House, Mr. Speaker. Children watch their MPs. These are their role models, both on TV and by visiting the august House of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, they look to you to crack the whip, demand retraction of insults from members who often show that that's all they can contribute to a debate. Get them taken out of the House as often as they refuse to use their brains. Mr. Speaker, you have the full support of other leaders in the House and Ghanaians to do this, rather than complain about it all the time. You have the support and respect of Ghanaians. Please don't lose it. Just crack the whip. Let those who have no arguments but insults know that they are in the wrong place. Right, Honorable Speaker. That's a feedback for you. And a quick one for the Supreme Court particularly. How often will the Supreme Court overindulge lawyers of the Attorney General's Department with their legendary failure and excuses to file papers to suit? All the time, the Supreme Court is complaining about they delaying and not doing their work, and yet it keeps giving them time to do what they ought to do. This affects the court's ability to deliver justice swiftly. Many critical suits with serious national security implications continue to be dragged needlessly. The appointment of the EC and whether the process was right or not, the appointment of the justices to the Supreme Court recently, or the Superior Courts recently, the suits in this regard are all pending. And these are very critical matters. And why? Partly because of delays from the AG's department to file their responses and so on, and their addresses. And when they are done, it is noted that the Supreme Court also has its own delays. Now, you also are accused of delaying when the AG's lawyers have completed their part of the bargain. Stop postponing reasons for judgment. Just don't deliver them if the reasons are not ready. Ghanaians say, I should tell you, that you and the AG are overindulging Mr. Alfred Woyome. They are angry that he is not even refunding the money with interest. Thank you very much. And my guests are ready. We are going to start to do justice to the issues for today. That was just by way of my take, an editorial of about some 2 minutes that I'm supposed to do every day that I sit on the show. Now, my guests are seated. We're waiting for one more. That's the Honorable Inusa Fuseni, the Minister for Roads and Transport, Minister for Roads and Highways. He will be here shortly, I understand, but in the studio, Editor-in-Chief of the New Crusading Guide newspaper, Kweku Bako, is a regular panelist. He's seated with his documents and doing a lot of notes, even though I've seen that he's written quite a bit already. Also here is Kofi Bentil, who is Vice President of Imani Ghana and a legal practitioner. He's also with Citizen Ghana, that organization that's suing left, right, center, everything they find wrong with the state. I think also that if the Right to Information Bill, as Abam Bagbing has announced, is passed, you will stop them from going to court, because the suits they are filed, some of them are just to ask for information, and they are being denied the information. Occupy Ghana wrote to ask for information about the bus branding. They've been denied. If you give us a right to information bill, we'll get it without you having an opinion on the issue. Thank you very much.